Brands are not maximizing their profits and visibility because they aren't using effective social media strategies. So our dependent variable for this research project was a consumer attitude towards social media marketing. We want to understand what consumers want and like when it comes to brand interaction on social media so we can alter brand strategies on those platforms.
In order to collect our data, we sent out a survey to 100 of our peers with various questions to measure their attitudes towards social media marketing. We measured 5 interrelated variables. The first variable was the number of social media in use. The second was the attitude towards social media. The third was time spent on social media. The fourth was previous brand knowledge. And the fifth was the normative social validation. These 5 variables will help us find possible solutions to our problem, thus making social media marketing more effective for brands.
For our standard deviation, we got 0.974.
For our beta values, for the IV1, which was the number of social medias in use, we got 0.199. And for attitude towards social media in general, we got 0.2. For time spent on social media, also 0.2. For previous brand knowledge, we got 0.2. And for normative social validation, we got 0.2. The overall regression equation we made based off of these beta values was that the DV equals 0.199 times number of social medias in use, you do them for each one, plus 0.2 times attitude towards social media, plus on and on for all 5 of them. And then at the end, you add in the constant value. And then our R-squared value was 0.36.
So the first one that we calculated was Cronbach alpha, and Cronbach alpha is a measure of internal consistency, which basically means how closely related a set of items is as a group, and it's mainly a measure of scale reliability. Our alpha coefficient is 0.67, which suggests that the items have a relatively medium internal consistency. This basically means that our items as a whole are in a related 67% of the time if we would repeat the study. The next one is standard deviation. The standard deviation of a set of numbers is a measure of how widely the values are dispersed from the total mean value. A higher standard deviation shows that the items are farther away from each other, which is what we got because our standard deviation is 0.974. This also means that the statistics that we got might be a little bit less reliable because our standard deviation was a little bit lower.
For our beta coefficient, that means how strongly the independent variable is associated with the dependent variable. For each unit increase in our predictor variable, which is each of our IVs, then our DV will increase by the beta value. For example, each unit increase in the number of social medias in use will cause the consumer attitude about social media marketing to increase by 0.2. The equation for this is what I explained before. R squared is the coefficient of determination, which is the proportion of variation in the dependent variable. The values range between 0 and 1, and how close the data are to a fitted regression line. Our R squared is 0.36, which means that 36% of the variance can be explained by a linear regression model. And our research question is, can consumers' attitudes influence brand social media success? And based on our data, our research question is supported and proven correct.
So we hope that you now have a better feel for our study, what we've measured, and what the results mean. And thank you so much for watching. I hope that you guys learned a little bit about our project and are excited for when you guys actually take on senior seminar. Bye!